A new climate change update published on Thursday, led by the Met Office and issued by the World Meteorological Organization, shows the odds of the annual global temperature in at least one of the next 5 years will temporarily reach 1.5 C above pre-industrial levels are around 40% and increasing. There is also a 90% likelihood of at least 1 year in the 5-year period becoming the warmest on record, dislodging 2016 from the top ranking. In 2020, one of the 3 warmest years on record, the global average temperature was 1.2 C above the pre-industrial baseline, according to the WMO's report on the State of the Global Climate 2020. The Paris Agreement seeks to keep global temperature rise this century well below 2 C above pre-industrial levels and to pursue efforts to limit the temperature increase even further to 1.5 C. If the latest study manifests, it would see one of the 2 temperature limits set by the agreement hit and sooner than expected. In the last decade, it was estimated that the chance of any 1 year reaching the 1.5 C threshold was only 20%. When you subscribe, we will use the information you provide to send you these newsletters. Sometimes they'll include recommendations for other related newsletters or services we offer. Our privacy notice explains more about how we use your data, and your rights. You can unsubscribe at any time. This latest modeling puts the chances at 40%, and the Met Office said the odds are increasing with time. Professor Adam Scaife, head of seasonal to decadal prediction at the Met Office, said, assessing the increase in global temperature in the context of climate change refers to the long-term global average temperature, not to the averages for individual years or months. Nevertheless, a temporary exceedance of the 1.5-degree level may already be seen in the next few years. The Met Office's Dr. Leon Hermansen said, these predictions provide a basis to alert governments and aid agencies to regional climate risks. He added to the BBC, what it means is that we're approaching 1.5 C, we're not there yet. But we're getting close, he said. Time is running out for the strong action which we need now. However, researchers say that even if one of the next 5 years is 1.5 C above the pre-industrial level, it'll likely only be a temporary situation. Natural variability will mean the following few years may be slightly cooler and it could be another decade or 2 or more before the 1.5 C limit is crossed permanently. Dr. Yuri Rogilj, Director of Research at the Grantham Institute, Imperial College London, said, the 1.5 C in the Met Office announcement should not be confused with the 1.5 C limit in the Paris Agreement. The Paris targets refer to global warming, that is, the temperature increase of our planet once we smooth out year-to-year variations. A single year hitting 1.5 C therefore doesn't mean the Paris limits are breached, but is nevertheless very bad news. It tells us once again that climate action to date is wholly insufficient and emissions need to be reduced urgently to zero to halt global warming. Other highlights from the update include the likelihood of high-latitude regions and the Sahel, the region of Africa immediately south of the Sahara Desert, becoming wetter. And there is an increased chance of more tropical cyclones in the Atlantic compared to the recent past. The climate update, which is produced annually, harnesses the expertise of internationally acclaimed climate scientists and the best prediction systems from leading climate centers around the world to produce actionable information for decision makers. The 2020 WMO report highlighted the acceleration in climate change indicators like rising sea levels, melting sea ice, and extreme weather, as well as worsening impacts on socio-economic development.